changing lives.
Yaba edi aba Hope TV Ghana na yasamu akwaba sonkon edi aba Hope Business Forum so ebrason se enenso yetena se na yesua de se ne abribia no yede ema ono eno ti ba bibia wo bia no bomoden se obefra busuafo ne adofo nyina se obia emfa na fidie ento Hope TV Ghana sanse ha ena yesua de aha ena osikanya ene wadwuma ebetumpon a ahanom headquarters eno ti ebrason se ya odi wa fidie no eto ba bia wo se wo mre ene wadaje asida enkoma midimafo Herbal Hospital wonum ena bribia no omukurikura ya omoboayen ema yetimi edi Hope Business Forum dwumadie ebrel ewo wafie mu ne babia wo hye so say yedamu live ewo Facebook as Hope TV Ghana sa enso ena woko YouTube nso a yedamu live as Hope Channel Ghana enunti bomoden ase obeko na wa link wa share link no na face no wa like na comment section ho no odo questions nyina no afa ho na yebedi ho dwuma ede amount share so say medin ede nana Kwame Sika last week yeba besua de yebe share how to craft an effective CV yebe share hu niema hodo bi a ehu hia pa se o tro CV curriculum vitae no obehia se odi ebe ka hom sa enso ena yesan besua yesua esan hu se enema bi oya na ehun hyeda ehia na mum de ehia pa se bi a wo ya dwuma bi wanye katua sa nema no eya na yenta emfa yani enko ho ni nyina no yebobo so yehunu kwan befa so a yebetro CV ebema the human resource manager no na ni atimi agye ho enso yaba eden na yewo yeba besua de ede afa how to apply for a job se otro CV ni wi a se bi CV no onfanto dem na onsom no odi be pia bonten na wode akwa akopɛ adwuma enu nti no bomodin se uwi a obehu kwan obefa so a obe apply for job no nyese o sorry yakeke na wafa CV na ode nenam e wo se oye no professionally na timi aso HR no ani enu nti wadaroma se de bia ye ba na yetenase a yesua de na fe ye wi a yegebre esa busa ensema hodo no me sha obo se next week ye ba ye be fa mo course enu nti mu ana mo won se bisa free day one be si ene nyina no chochogu honom ebreso na stamano me.
Yeah, Mr. Sika, thank
Welcome
you.
once
thank
again.
you. Thank you for having me.
Sure,
thank
sure,
you for
sure,
having
sure.
me. Yeah.
We hope the
For having me.
Sure,
thank
sure,
you for
sure,
having
sure.
me. Yeah.
we hope the weekends and the week from Monday to Thursday everything has been
God
okay.
Has been good. We thank
We are
God
grateful
for life.
to God. Week from Monday to Thursday everything has been
God
okay.
Has been good. We thank
We are
God
grateful
for life.
to God.
Yeah.
We are grateful.
Yeah.
We are grateful to have you once again here.
Yes, and I'm happy to be here.
For the sake of time, I don't want.
Thank you again for Hope TV and your viewers and listeners for having me again. This is the third week. Last week we looked at a good CV, and a week previously we looked at this is tailored for us, and so this is from my perspective as an HR person. From my angle, people may have different opinions, but this is based on experience. This is based on my Christian values, and I'd like to share with you. So today, as I've said, I'm going to talk about how to apply for a job. How to apply for a job. And I want us to start with a quote from one of a former president of America, Barack Obama. Barack Obama, what does he say? He says like what? Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. Again, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the ones you have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. So change depends on us. It's not going to come from any other person. One more quote that I'd like to share from this man. Of course, we know this man. And you are capable of living. So everything is possible. Think big. Look at the bigger issues. Don't focus on small things. Look big. And in the search for a job, that should be the focus. You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be intimidated. Think big. Look for the bigger ones, and it will happen. And today, so what are the realities for a job search? If you're going to search for a job, what are the things that are really true out there? That the job search is physical, mental, and spiritual. It's a whole lot that you can think. It's not as simple as you think. It involves physical energy. It will involve some energy, some mental strength and spirituality. And this brings me to a time that I was looking for a job in, I think in 2000. 2009, yeah, 2008, 2009 that way. And I'm going to drop CVs in Accra. And when I got to Circle, under the overhead, now it's Dubai. Came back, I was so tired and I cried. Look, one day I told myself that, look, I was going to print about 30 or 40 CVs. I just go to the motorway, the toll booth. Any person that I found, I'll give him a CV, you know, because the job search is not an easy search. It will take your physical strength, it will take your mental strength, it takes your spiritual, it is a spiritual exercise as Christians, my brothers and sisters. So it's not the mindset of the Christian in the job search. The mindset of the Christian in the job search is such that your work is part of God's purpose. The work is part of God's purpose. And the work that you do, nobody will do something that God has not prepared. You are on earth for a specific purpose, and you will not do a work that God has not assigned. And so God will give you the exact work they are supposed to do. The reason why he brought you on earth, he will do. Once you believe in that, that is okay. And that is what, as a Christian, you must have in mind. So as a Christian, you shouldn't wander around. If you have been prayerful and you have descended, God will give you that work that he has purposely made for you. And that you can find in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And that by your prayer and your preparations, success will be yours. Amen. So this program is the preparation. And I hope that we have been doing our prayer. Once we do our prayer and we prepare, taking notes, going for forums, prepared our CV last week, success cannot be denied us. And that we must stay humble. We must stay humble and teachable. Because some of us, we think we have arrived, especially the young ones. We think that we know everything. We think that we have come to stay. No. We must stay humble. Stay humble does not mean that you should be timid. But we must know our level, of course, recognizing God's blessing. And we must be open to teaching. Some people will not listen, will not be directed, will not wait to be directed. We think we have arrived. That is not the Christian mentality. The Christian mentality stays humble and teachable. And we must also avoid this desperation, we must seek direction. Desperation is when you are just giving up. You just had it all. You are young. You have not seen a lot in life, but you already despaired. No, that is not the Christian. Jesus Christ did not give up. Even when he was going to die on the cross, he fell 3 times or more, but he didn't give up. He fought ahead. The Christian does not give up. The Christian does not despair. We continue to move on. And we need to have that mentality as Christians in this job search, because we will do what God has assigned us to do. And so let's look at the first step that I want to share. There are a few steps I would like to share. The first step is self-assessment. Self-assessment. What am I talking about when I say self-assessment? The first step, self-assessment. That's, you must know who you are. You must know your skills. You must know your gifts. You must know your values. We are unique. Our thumbprint is different from any other person in the world. Everybody is different. Everybody in this world is different. God did not make, your make is nowhere. And so you are different. And so you must know your skills, your special skills that you have been made, your gifts, that what is in your hand. Because God will ask you, when God wanted to multiply the bread and the fish, he said to them, what do you have in your hands? He brought the bread and the fish and multiplied, and he said 5,000. It is what in your hands. If you do not know the special gifts that you have and your values, it will be difficult for you to identify. I will tell you, things that people suffer to do, you do not suffer. You sleep at 4 a.m., you sleep at 9 p.m., 3 p.m. you go. You know, your passion, that is innate. It comes freely. You are not tired doing it. You must know them to master it. Ask yourself, what am I good at? What do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? What do I enjoy doing? That has some basic questions you can ask yourself that will identify your skills and your values. And then, most importantly, align your skills with a purpose. Align your skills with your purpose. When you know what you can do best, then you know you connect to the purpose of God. And we can find that in Proverbs 18:16. Proverbs 18:16 states it clearly, your assignment. And And still in self-assessment, we say that Proverbs 18:16 says what? That a gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. What does it mean? It means that your gifts and talent and your skills, when used wisely and presented well, can open doors and opportunities and connect you to your influential people. So, for example, you can sing, okay? You can sing. When you go to church, sing. You are calm, you are welcoming. You can serve people. Go ahead and use people. I like the way you serve. Come and help me. You are good with money. You don't practice it. Let's remember Joseph. When Joseph, in the Old Testament, Joseph, not Jesus' father, the Old Testament, Genesis chapter 37 to 50, when he was sold by his brothers and went to Egypt and was in prison, what did he do in prison? He interpreted dreams for people for free. And when the chief, Pharaoh, had a dream, somebody who has been to prison before said, "Oh, Pharaoh, I know somebody who knows to interpret dreams. He's in prison." Joseph was called from prison, came to the chief palace. He was just there to give his gift for free. The gift that he interpreted dreams. Guess what? He was in prison for a wrong reason. He could have said that, "Oh, if you have had your dream, that's your problem. I have it, I won't interpret it. I'm here for wrong reason." No. But in prison, in hardship, he gave out his gift for free. And when the chief, Pharaoh, had a dream in a month, you must resign and find an organization where achievements are important to them. Of course, you must dress and speak professionally. And this is very, very important. As young people, you don't have a job, but your hair is unkept. I mean, at least every 2 weeks, go to the barbers. Have a clean shave. Wear shoe with the socks. I always say it. Wear shoe with the socks. When you're going to church, dress properly. You can get one white shirts and jackets and dress well. Speaking well, communicating well is very, very important. Don't just speak loosely. Improve on how to communicate. Present yourself better in your preparation to job, because sometimes most people get jobs during informal meetings. It could be a funeral, it could be a birthday party, it could be a church service. And you may be interviewed by a manager. You may not know. He's looking at how you have dressed, how you smell, what you are saying, what you are not saying, your non-communication skills, your body language, everything is being checked. And so you must prepare. So don't take it for granted. You must prepare for all this. And these are things that we say. So in preparing to go and look for a job, make sure your CV is correct. Make sure you have researched on the companies properly. Highlight your achievements, dress and speak professionally. The third point I would like to look at is where to search. Where to go to search for the jobs. Where should you go or how? And this is what I say, that there are a lot of online portals. And there are many. If you go to, I refer to LinkedIn profile. There are every day companies and individuals in Ghana are posting opportunities. There are many HR WhatsApp platforms that you can join. And so join and see those opportunities, or speak to HR people. If the opportunities, they'll let you know. Companies post job opportunities on their websites. There are many job websites, but you have to be careful. If you go to an online portal and you receive an email that says you have to pay before you get a job or an interview, it's a fraud. You don't have to pay anybody for a job. But the online portals are available. Church networks. Many people complain that in the church we don't give jobs in the church. Yes, because we've given opportunity to people in the church and they have embarrassed us. After giving jobs to people in the church, when they go to work, they sleep. They don't come to work early. They don't dress properly. They steal money from the church, from work. They take long time in breaks. They are eating plenty food instead of working. And when disciplinary problems come, the person that gives the job, you go and complain. You tell your mother to go and beg for you. That's very irresponsible. And this happens to church people. People who give opportunity to church are disappointing us. But there are people in the church who want to look for people to help. For example, you're a young person or a youth leader, and you go for a youth program and a youth camp. Money was given to you by the church. And it takes you 2 months, 3 months before you render account to the church. You cannot be trusted. You went for a youth program. Money was given to you. You can't make account 3 months, 4 months. If you can't manage 10,000 or 15,000, can you manage 100,000? You spoil your record. You know, when you get opportunities to speak in church, maybe you are afraid, your gestures and all. You will not get opportunity. But the opportunities in the church. Sometimes when our mothers or fathers are having a program in a church, they are looking for young people to come and help pack the chairs or serve food. We can't find young people. But when you look for you want jobs, you come and ask them. No, you have to be careful about that. So there are networks in the church, but we must serve. You know, they say that networking. Networking is what? Maybe will I talk about that? Maybe it's there, networking. Yeah. But I say networking is what? Whom you know. No, it's only about whom you know, but who knows you, you know. And networking is not just because you know me, I'll give opportunity. But you need to do something for the person you know, for the person to trust you, because it's very difficult now to give opportunities. So the opportunities in the church. Referrals. You do good for somebody say, oh, I know this person, go there. It's only when you have done a satisfactory job and the person likes you, then you can recommend you to another person. But if you are not good enough, you stay where you are. And word of mouth goes more than any other thing. So you should be mindful about that one as well. Our family and friends are there. Let's speak to our family and friends. If we can't get opportunities from our family members, our uncles, you know, those we stay in the same area, then there's a problem. Let's speak to them for jobs. Let's speak to our friends, our JSS friends, those who know us, our church friends. Charlie, I want a job. I want opportunity. If you see a job, I have this skill. I'm an HR. I'm a journalist. I'm an accountant. I want customer service. I want IT job. Tell them. Don't assume they know. Tell them that I need opportunities. Your uncles, your aunties, your cousins. Tell them you need it. They will grant you that opportunity. All of us, we are in the old school association in SS and JSS. Tell them, I had opportunity for my old school. I organized my team members and I told them that my year group, I told them that I needed a job. The following day, somebody called me that, oh, there's an aptitude test. I went through the aptitude test, I passed, I went through the interview, and I had a job. Unless you're not active in the old school union, even though you're the old school association, the main aim is to help the school. But you help yourselves one way or the other. And so we are shy to tell people that we are in need. We shouldn't be shy. We shouldn't be shy. People reject that. Yes, me you tell me visa or no. So help me. So let's ask our old student network. Let's volunteer. Volunteer. Let's work for free. Let's go to a school and teach for free. Let's go to a nursery school and teach for free. There are church office. Let's go and arrange archives for free. Let's go to, if you want to be a journalist, go to a media house, set for 8 times. I want to work for you for free. Go and work for free. Of course, they will not leave you just to go like that. But you need to find an opportunity. If you know a place you want to go, search for the manager and tell them, give me opportunity, I want to work for you for free. An opportunity will come. Because nowadays, nobody wants to work for free. It's hard to get somebody to come and say, I want to work for you for free. So it means that if you go, you'll be exceptional. You may get an opportunity. And then finally, social media, let's use it wisely. Some of us, if you go to our Facebook page, Snapchats, or TikTok, maybe if you go to our pages, only insulting words. You know, we are showing the food we eat, the kind of dancing that we dance, and then the alcohol we are drinking, we are showing it. And if an employer, as an HR, I go there to check the kind of person I'm employing. I may not take you. You may take, but that's my page. That's okay. It is not okay. So let's be wise about the things we put on our social media platforms, because it may give us opportunities. It may take away opportunities for us. So I'll say that in your search, let's look at our online portals, our chat networks, our referrals, our family and friends, our old school networks. Let's volunteer for experience, working for free, and use our social media wisely. The next step I want to talk about is what I call applying the right way. Applying the job the right way. And what are we talking about? We are saying that, like I said last week, every CV is different. Let's tailor our CV to each job. Let's tailor our CV to each job. Each job is different. And so, for example, the profile, the profile of the job must be different, and look at the job description, the requirements, and apply accordingly. It's not too good to have a generalized CV, and so the CV must go by the each job application. You must follow the instructions. every application has a particular instruction. For example, they'll say the subject should be the HR manager role. Write it there. Don't just leave it blank, because it's part of the instruction. And so whatever they say, then someone will say add the necessary document. Those who don't add the necessary document may be rejected. And so let's be mindful about that. Very importantly, as Christians, we must pray before and after submitting the letter. Before we go, we must pray. We need to fast and pray. It's a spiritual exercise, and we've said it. We must fast and pray before we submit the letter, and afterwards we must fast and pray and tell God that His will be done. Prayer is important. It's a spiritual exercise, because you have a destiny with God and you must fulfill God's destiny. Like Proverbs 16:3 will tell us, let's commit our work to the Lord. Whatever we are doing, let's commit it to the Lord, because He will direct our ways. What is for us, nobody can take it away from us. And so we must be aligned with the purpose that God wants us to do. And also in applying the what we are saying, that look, like I said, for example, Ghana Club 100, go over 2024, 2020, 2023, 2020, go to and study the job market. Look at the organizations, look at who's in charge of which department that you want to be, and apply accordingly. I'm saying that go to their website. I've said it to you, go to their website, read who are their managers, what are their principles, their values, their mission, vision, understand what they are into. Look at the what they stand to do. Look at their social media handles. Go and like their social media pages. Look at the corporate social commitment that they have done, and so on and so forth. That will give you some idea. Then, when you are going to search for a job, there are days that you do not go. There are some days in the organization that when you go, you will not even get attention. Nobody will look at it. For example, on a Monday, everybody goes to the office, prepare for the week. There are a lot of meetings that are done, usually Mondays or Tuesday. A lot of meetings are done. People are giving summons, and so you may not get the attention at all. Friday, it's usually down. People are winding up for the weekend, so you may not give it attention. So the best time, from a personal experience, for you to go and search for a job, it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You cannot go 5 days a week, you'll be tired. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, if you want to go and see somebody, go on those days. Dress sharply with a white shirt. You can leave without a tie. Black suits, and go as a lady. White top with your jacket, with your skirts. Walk sharply, and then you go on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, Thursday. Something will happen. Don't go on all days. Dress, as I said, dress well. Speak well. Speaking well means that sometimes you don't have to speak at all. Just speak simply, but speak your achievements. Speak what you can do. Dressing, because that's the first impression somebody wants to see. And how you speak will determine whether you listen, whether you are productive, whether you can work or not. And then follow instructions in the application, as I said. Now, let's talk about the fifth one, preparing for interviews. And interviews are, interviews can be any other function. You must prepare for interview. Maybe in another time, we will talk about how to prepare for interviews, but you must prepare for an interview. Interview, you must prepare. You must prepare for an interview. And preparing for an interview, again, you must research about the organization. The point about research about the organization is that it is nice to meet somebody who wants to work with you and knows more about you already. When you meet somebody, for example, if I work in a bank, and somebody comes to work, this bank was from 1923, and the first manager was this. Now the current MD is this. Your last profit, you made $3 million. The previous year, you make $2 million. You want to go global in the next 2 years. Your corporate colors are blue and white, and you have 27 branches, 5 in Ashanti region, 6. Wow, this person is really prepared. You are telling me about the branches, you are telling me about your product, you are telling me about our mobile app, what can be found in the mobile app. This person is prepared, and it makes you fall in love quickly with the organization. But when somebody comes and interviews and says, I'm not too sure, okay, we'll tell you that, wait, we'll call you. We won't call you. because you're not prepared. What we do, you're not interested in. How can we invite you? And so you must know what the institution. Go there and ask questions. Go to that company, ask questions. You must be interested and know what takes them, their culture, and so on and so forth. So you must research about the organization before you go for that interview. And you must research about the role, the job role that you are going to play. What role are you going to play? Who are you going to work under? You need to know the functions, the duties, the responsibility of that role. And internet is available. You can research before the interview. You need to be, if you are going for an interview, you need to be punctual. Go early, 3 or 4 hours before that time. Be confident. Be confident and honest. Confidence is not arrogance. There's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. Confident means that you know your stuff. You know what you can do. You know what you cannot do. You know your strength and your weakness. Arrogance is when you don't know how to do it, but you are lying. And you are saying it with pride. That's arrogance, and that can be found. And you must be honest. When somebody speaks, we have HR, we are skillful. When somebody is honest, we may know. Of course, at the interview may be decided, but there are the ways of asking questions. Well, such questions is what you call behavioral questions. You can research on behavioral questions. That will bring the real person out. And so in preparing for an interview, you need to be punctual, come early. Be honest and be confident in your answers. And then also, you must know that employers high character, not just skill. And I'll tell you a story as we go along. We high character, not just skill. Now, but the point here is that this is very important. How do you stay motivated in your job search, in searching for your jobs, in your critical moment? How do you stay motivated? Keep going, keep going, keep going. How do you do that? The first point we say is that you must stay prayerful. As a Christian, your prayer life must be solid. Wake up early in the morning and pray. Have afternoon prayers. Go to church very often and stay positive. You must also listen and read inspirational Christian materials during that time whilst you are searching for. Spend some time. I don't know whether I'm allowed to mention certain things on this platform, but consistently every afternoon at 12:30, I listen to an inspirational message from the time I was in the university from 2003 to date. Every 12:30, I pause for a time during work. I listen to inspirational word, 30 minutes to fill my soul. Even though I've prayed in the morning, but the afternoon I may be weak. I need to move on. And in the evening, I'll listen to another spiritual. Because the life, like in the Bible, I mean, when the sower went to sow, some fell on good ground, some fell on thorns. Things will happen the way. But you need to stay positive. Other than that, your purpose will not be fulfilled. So listen and read to inspirational messages. And also be in church, being active in church, be within the assembly. Let's work for God. Do free things in church. Something will happen. And trust God's timing. Trust God's timing. God's time is always the best. God's time is always the best. And so that's, I would say, you have to stay positive. And then what practical action steps will I tell you? I want to suggest to you some practical actions to take to stay positive. And I'll say that, look, set weekly job goals. Like every week, either I'll send 20 emails or 20 applications, or I'll go out and go to 4 companies in a day, set those targets and just go and hit it. Go and submit the CVs, go and speak to this person, send those emails, set those goals, and then reward yourself at the right time. Your LinkedIn profile, build it. Say things that you are doing to build yourself, build your professional image, and you cannot go wrong about that. Find a mentor. Find somebody who has reached that level and speak to that person and all. Ask those questions. The person will guide you. And then join Christian networks, good Christian networks. Some Christian networks, the devil is there. Be careful. Join good Christian networks that can guide you properly. Now, this is what I want to tell you a story about. This is a beautiful story. And listen to this story. This is the old man on the left. I don't know how your television on the left is Harry Ford. Harry Ford is the person who made Ford cars. Who made Ford cars in America? Those so many years ago. He wanted to hire one an engineer, electrical engineer or mechanical engineer, one engineer from a graduate from the school. So he asked for two top graduates to be given to him. So he took these 2 graduates to a restaurant. And when he took them to the restaurant, they went to the restaurant after eating and everything and all those things. He told one that you have been hired. He told the other one that, sorry, thank you very much, I'll not need you anymore. Oh, so the one who was told that you should go, he didn't understand. He said, Mr. Ford, please, I beg you, let me ask you a question. But we didn't do any interview. You brought us here for us to eat. And after eating, you said you have hired the other guy. I mean, you are not hiring me. I mean, what's happening? Can you tell me what happened? So Mr. Ford says that, okay, I'll tell you what happened. So the 2 of you are good. You are the top in your school. But when we went to the restaurant, when the food was brought, the other person that I chose, he ate the food for some time before he took salt and pepper and put on it. But as for you, immediately the food came, you started adding salt and pepper. As you can see in the picture, he's adding the salt and the pepper to it. Immediately. Mr. Ford said that, well, I don't really like people who immediately, they come to an organization, they want to change things. You are such a person. Because I have a culture already. You must understand how we do things before you bring your suggestion. Because you are a young person who is coming in. And I've built this organization for over so many years before you are coming. And such a person, if you don't listen to instructions and you think that your opinion is not heard, you'll be frustrated, and so on and so forth. And so forth, I'm not taking you. The second reason is this, that your friend, during the time we were in the restaurant, he was nice with the waiters. He said, thank you. When they brought the food, he said, oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. But for you, you were saying that, waiter, more come for the oh, when the food was brought, you didn't even say thank you. When you finished eating the plate, you didn't even say thank you. Mr. Ford says that, well, I hire human beings in my organization. The fact that you are smart and intelligent, I want you to be a human being. I want you to respect even the cleaner in the organization, because I have some in my organization, there are some people who have been working for me for over 30 years, and they are cleaners and drivers. I want people who will respect them. What's the message? You may be skillful, you may be intelligent, but the people have culture. You must take your time, go to an organization and set the culture before you change, and you must respect people. And so this is an example for all of us. In conclusion, we are concluding that, look, we are saying that believe in your calling. We all have a calling, and God is calling us for a purpose. Believe in your calling. You must prepare your skills. We have unique gifts, but we must polish those skills, and we must have faith. Let our faith guide our efforts, because God did not create us effortlessly for no purpose. There's a purpose, but we must polish the skill, and we must stay connected whilst we are keeping growth. Stay connected through God, through prayer, whilst we are growing. And finally, we are saying that closed doors prepare us for the right ones. Look, you may think that the doors have been closed. That are not your doors. Your door is coming. Proper ones are coming. And so we should not delay. Is not denial. When delay is coming, it's not denial. So we must continue to fight more, and then we must keep showing up and trusting God. We must keep showing up. So I want to thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank you for listening to me. In searching for a job, know that God has a hand in it. You have a special skill. You must prepare. You must prepare your attitude. You must prepare your thinking. Keep searching. Research on organizations. Go at a particular time. Dress well. Speak well. An opportunity will be open to you. I pray that with these sessions, look, doors will open for you, and you find your purpose, and we'll all be happy. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manome. Yes, God will be with all of us so that we find the opportunities. You know, he started by saying, I was say prepare home. Na o prepare who ya akwanya ne ba edi nkunimdie eba. Let me just take some few minutes to summarize all that he said in three. Enunti enne ya besua de edi afa kwan ya befa so a ye bepe adwuma. Last week, yesua de hwe send ye be ya de niam bi begu nkrata so de broni friend se curriculum vitae no. Eno ene kire wo ho nsem, e kan nsem fa ho. E ma ye hu nia obetimi aye, eni adwuma kwan ya de hye wo nsa a obetimi ayaye die. Enunti ye behwe kwan ya befa so a eno ye betro na otimu ma ye hu se ekoba se wo tro wo CV no a anase wo ye sankrata no a hwe hu se adwuma ko a wo kwakope no eno ho nsem na wo di gum nye se ebi a wo pese wo beye driver na wo ko eno se machira de kakra hu hia wo driver na wo ba bepenu emu anase driving adwuma no mu nti wo se wo ye specific to adwuma na wo pe no eno nti egina so de ahwe se wa ye krata na wie wa wie no wo mfa nto dem wo se okọ na okope adwuma na den na obeye osi na edi kan no e wo se wonya the Christian mindset oye Kristoni a ma onyankopon ho nsem entra wo mu na so onyankopon ho nsem entra wo mu eno na boa e ma won soso no wutimi eye nipa papa enti se ohu ni sa wi na afi wa asese wo ho se mekra mekope adwuma yi me obi a me yekromfo ma no ha me obi a me da bebre me didi bebre me tie late e wo se wo access wo na hu se why ready ana se why crowd se adwuma no wo beye enema bebre ho se obusa wo ho na hu se wankasa ne den kura na wutimi ye ni ye ansa na obekọ se wo kope adwuma no e wo se osan so emanyame asem ka ho of course untimi nante ba bia nyame asem enka ho e basa ba bia wo kọ no untimi enim kunim afi nso no e wo se oye wadwin se obe apply menhye dem membu hu abem menka se me dem akwa enyeye kosoa na ko apply na obe apply so a wo se utimi bobo ahu ye na osiesie usivi no na wo de cover letter utro letter ka ho a kire se me nipa sumasi me pe adwuma we na me pese me yese wo adwuma num the position that you want to hold no you need to state that and so okan ho asem na phase so no wo se uma ye hunu wo achievement niam bi a wa ye pen nia wo ye ya wo gi sika o nia wo ye ni free o nia wo ye wa asori ye mu bebiri asori adwuma ye mfa ni serious nenso enne ono oye HR wa maye hu se wo ya asori adwuma na etimi epiem wo CV so se wo kra no ebia wa ye secretary for best 7 years 5 years asori ni ntua woka but o de ni je ni akomapa na ya eboa wo madwuma na wokope no wonsa etimi eka afensu so no uwie kra na hefa na wokohwehwe adwuma no wa maye hu se oko online a ena nwuma bebre ewo ho ewo mu se fake ones bebre ewom nti no wa mo ani ada ho na wahu ba bia odo nkrata no eto afenso wo asori fa ho hya asori adwuma mu ma asafo ma ni hunu se wo pa adwuma keka bi kire wonom obi betimi anya akwanya bi ede amount na wo de oti asori mu ye kan wo nka bi ye kwa wo nko bi ebede na obi ehun ha mpanimfo se wo ton yare a na wonya anu aduro afenso no namfofo na omu ni nkomo emfere call your classmate o classmate for no frɛ omo ne bu se omo se me pa adwuma o anase me profession ni we na metimi ye nti se kwanya bi ba na wa link me eto da nso anye ni nyina na ye giska aya ye volunteer ye nya tu ho acha adwuma kakra enu nti no so bi ye adwuma ne shop crowds ene me ba beboa na me ne watena shop na no ana akwasi ada be trustworthy obi e betimi agi wadi na ne akwasi ada okwa asori no ana me da no wo akwa akohwe ehodem e de ama no e basa eboa ma won so utimi nya adwuma enu nti hu kwan obefa so a social media ye na abaso a enne Ghana hanum titiru no ye hunu ne yede ye na sebe atemdidie nkwa na yetena ho no ma ye fi se eno na ye pe no memfa wo ho enhye menye bi se wo ye obi a otisa enne HR fo aba no so mo ye guy pa social media na mo ko hobi enu nti no ono so be ko ho na wo ko ho na ohun se wo nipa sumasi sei pote na wote enu nti bo modern se oko social media ho a onso be dance mampedi na boa atimi adi adanse pa de afa ho okeka bebre fa ho sanse se wo dance mampedi a ye refer de wo ma afoforo eno nso etimi eboa ma unya adwuma afensu so no se wo apply a make sure se obeye no the right way unima pe obi nebusa no na onchiro se na be ya instructions ne hihya ahodo egu hu nyina no onso betimi de dwuma afe bompaye ansa kra na wo de akọ nyese wo de wo juhudi wa wie university ukra onkrata wo juhudi so betimi adwuma no o ma o te da so abrawa no ama okuru wa so dabi ebasa emwa enu nti wei ene niema hodo bebre ena okan ya ewo se wo a wokopa adwuma no usi eboboa ho na aboa ma watimi enya adwuma no bisamano me that's papa Yankopon Israel me wo question bi wa ha I think nipa no edit to Facebook me try my very best to say me meet me I can kind of
sure.
I don't want to paraphrase. I'm reading it directly. Now, one answer. This question I asked last week.
Okay.
Now, we are no. I'm say we not one share. Until we repeat the same question. You know, or say, my question. I keep asking myself, and this is, why do some business always seek for people with at least 4 to 5 years experience.
Okay.
How can someone who just completed school gain experience? Why not be the first employer to teach me so I become perfect to have an experience?
Okay.
So please, my message to the employers should please reconsider some of us when we don't have experience or not even seek for people with experience. Then nurture us instead. Thank you. Osinidin Ede Elizabeth Atta, aka Mabezi. And
Okay.
Mabezi.
Yeah, let me explain. Yeah, let me say. So for example, we need an accountant. Obia, obehwe isikaso. Obia obetia electricity amayen. Obetia social security. Obeko GRA. Akotia income tax amayen. Obia obetia all the legal way. You do not know all the legal payments a company does. Inti to be preoccupy emausa that role, that's the role. Now say your kofobi na onisa qualification na ye auditor. I say your fan chain against the audit procedure. The HR or the manager can be queried. So onim nejuma. Okay. So because as an accountant you must know how income tax is charged, because if you are 1,000 income tax is 10,000 income tax. How do you know? Say Ministry of Finance, say submit letter office man ebeko. Only experience I want to be Ministry of Finance. Financial clearance. What's financial clearance? What is certificate from who to your contractors? Unless you learn from the job. So you must come and work for free.
Now they're new experience.
It's as simple as that. Because the point is that, unfortunately, the supply is more. Every year, I mean, UPS in your graduation this year, how many people graduated? Who should we take? Now, maybe 4 years, the salary, let's say, will be 5,000 or 7,000. But you entry level, maybe 3,000 or 2,500 or 4,000. Should we pay you the 4,000 salary? No. And the work in your school. Yeah, business. You discuss Trinska. When you're school, your schooling should have been during your intensive period.
No, what's
your vacation December? No, now the chile.
Oh, my busy the agenda.
You understand? Why should we sacrifice? Obinso, Epia was after was to 4 years after the breakthrough never ready for the opportunity. No, it doesn't work that way. And so you must prepare.
Okay.
You must prepare. I agree. But the point is that sometimes it's not always the same, because the first time I had an HR opportunity, and I'll share this with listen. I a customer service I was a customer service person. And I told you that I told a friend that I needed an HR job. And I needed the job. So when I was in Vodafone, there was a redundancy. I was part of it because they reduced numbers. So I went back to my former employers, Kasapa Telecom, and I told them that I've come. They should take me back. Well, I was taking a high salary. When I came back, it reduced. No problem. And scanner, yeah, the mom said, medical school. I needed to do HR. I did HR because I wanted to move from marketing to HR. I didn't like the way the HR system was, and I thought I could be another best HR person. And so, because school, evening class from, you can say, started class 5 to 8 p.m. And baby, because the only job that was available that can give me something was only night duty. Night from 9 p.m. to the following day. That's what I got. So I did it. So when I went for that interview, they were looking for salespeople. I wrote an aptitude test for sales. We do interview panel. No? I told them that I've been doing 6-7 years for sales. They will be Casano. I can convince.
Okay.
But now I want to do HR. Then the interview panel told me that I'm not a serious person. Boss, you are not a serious person. We are not hiring for. I apologized, and I told them that, you see, I've done this customer service and sales job for 6 years. Currently, I am studying HR, my second year studying HR. I study in the evening, but I work night duty 6 days a week. studying HR, and I know I can do it. Okay, they started asking me, okay, let's go HR. They started asking me HR principles. I started answering and all that. And then who are my mentors? I started some HR people who are helping me. They gave me a contract, 6 months, HR, with a low salary. 4 months, they made me a permanent staff. But the way I worked, and that was a breakthrough for my HR platform.
Okay.
And so, you see, even though there are rules, when we see a candidate who is hungry, who is burning, who wants to learn and ready to lower, because we're looking for a salesperson who will pay more. But I was ready to settle for less and learn. Give me a contract, I took it.
Okay.
And I proved myself. So
you write it up, wrap it up.
Yes, so you must be ready and prepared. So finally, if you see a job advert, 4 years, whatever, apply. If you don't have it, still apply. You know what? We sometimes look at the experiences. Again, if you see achievements in your CV, we may call you, even though you are not 4 years, you have 2 or 3 years, and we don't even care whether it was a permanent job or not permanent or contract or free.
Okay.
You have that experience, we'll call you.
Thank you.
So that shouldn't deter you. Just apply.
Okay, thank you very much. Abusuafo, because language, the target audience for this particular way is supposed to be Obia at least. Ultimately, because obey CV, obey trona, obi nebe CV amawa juma no be dan. So you need to understand this. Monfanche say be na montiase, but all the same, ya try summarizing the kakra and the mamo. And ne ye ba be sua ade hwe kwan ye be fa so a ye betimi apply and as yakopɛ adwuma. Nti ya hwe all the procedures no. Nyame adomo next week no, ye be fa ne say adwuma no wakɔ ya fa. Na ya fa no den na wo se wo ye. Ye mu bebre ne nya fa ye wi afi na ne ye be kire se ye ba ye ne ye kwanku ananse ne ye daada mo se ye ntakuma. Ya fa no na fe ne ye be hu ne real character. E ba sa emwa 3 to 4 months ne ya fa ya o na utifie. Na wo complain na wo blame aban na wo hwe kra wo na bi oti baabi odi wani bre kwa akosua no. So what must you do and what must you know after say wakwa ame ya fa wo no next week eno ne be ye, but we will do that together with questions and answers, and into all the questions are akamu ne wo obo a opese obisa ni nyina no wo de bo modern trot to honum nyame aduma next week time kuchu ye ba ye be makwan na wonso so what the questions no aba ye be bia homa ne ntem so pa enti memmese same time no na oni aba betna Mr. Andy thank you very much. 30 seconds if you have something to say.
No, I mean don't give up. Don't lose hope. Job search is a skill, like I said, it's a spiritual exercise and all. You have to pray, you have a purpose, you can do it. You find that job. Your heart desire, you must know what you want. Go out there and get it. Put everything in place, speak to people, pray and fight and want it more, desire it, be hungry. You will get it.
Thank you very much. Very simple. Be hungry. And come down so when you're woody and you know. Oh, you're hungry for the job. I'm sure so when Saka obey your own away and away and ye. Or your HR practitioner. There be our LinkedIn profile at Tuja. Say Kohisheno. Oko Andy Manome. Andrew
Manome. Yes.
Andrew Manome. Na Okwa. Or say oh friend and as I was chatting now I can say Hope Channel Ghana and I will tell in car. We see you know free
amount
of charge, and
you must state that you watch on Hot TV.
Good,
and I'll review your CV for you for free.
That's so superb. Yes, it's a gift to you. Nti wa wo hwe yende no e ya chede de ma men fa ni agro or your senior HR practitioner and or your seasoned HR practitioner wa ya che nti no unye obi sa na wo boa review CV amawa is a plus. Nti take advantage, leverage on this, and then also get yourself updated. Nyankopon shramu sabri biano money nyina etnase esuade ebom aseda enkoma medimafo Herbal Hospital wonum ene boa ema yede enne Hope Business Forum bimade ebrewo medin ede nana kwa msika meko na mum medofo ma